Listen, Carpenter, I'm not going to tell you again. Get your numbers keyed in the console.
Almost ready, Major.
Are you? What exactly is your malfunction, Carpenter?
I'm double-checking this, but there's a problem here.
An error?
It's these coordinates. They're not right.
They're classified, Carpenter.
They are, sir. But I know this much. We're not supposed to point this missile at ourselves.
What the hell?
Aaron, I need you to listen to me carefully.
Sir, these coordinates are pointing our missiles at Washington, D.C.
This is Countdown, brought to you by the Indy Radio Players. Thanks for supporting public radio and the arts. For more on the show, write us at indyradioplayers@gmail.com.
Hey, sir. How's it going? Wonder if...
You're late, Carpenter.
Late? But
It's past 0600. You are late.
The clock here says 6 a.m. on the dot.
Is that right? What do you see after that?
After
that 6 and the 2 zeros, what do you see?
Sir?
I've got 6 o'clock and 30 seconds. And even more time going by while you argue with me, Carpenter. You don't seem to care about being at your post on time.
Sir.
Do you? What am I missing here?
Copy that, sir. Won't happen again. It's just that topside...
I don't care about topside. We've got a job here, and you need to stick to the mission.
Yes, sir. It's just that...
Are you going to argue with me all morning?
Permission to speak, sir?
Go ahead. What's on your mind, launch officer?
Sir, we've been down here 6 weeks with no word from topside. Anybody on the surface operating on emergency power. I'm a little concerned about what's going on is all I...
Sounds like you know how to keep track of time, except when it's time to report for duty.
Don't you want to know what's going on?
Let me explain this again, and I'm going to speak slowly. We are in contact with command every day. I'm sorry you don't like what they're telling us, but we've got our orders. And when things settle down up on the surface, we'll be relieved by a new crew. Until then, we keep our heads down and our mouths shut.
Not disputing any of that, sir, but it would be real good right now to hear an actual person from topside.
What the hell are you talking about? We're talking to Anne every day for updates.
Respectfully, sir, I don't think Anne qualifies as people. And when we talk to the Autonomous Neural Network, ANN, like it's a person, that creeps me out. Can we ask to speak to an actual human being from command?
Carpenter, I know you're new on this duty. This is your first assignment in a missile launch facility, and you're probably a long way from home. We're not exactly in the middle of nowhere, but you can just about see it from here. But all that doesn't mean you get to be a complete dumbass. We've got a job, and I don't like it any more than you do. But you know as well as I do, in Level 4 emergency status, all the briefings come from the ANN system. That way, the bosses can focus on the emergency, whatever that is.
Shouldn't we know what the emergency is by now? If nothing else, it would sure be good to hear from a person. It would be good to know there still are people.
That's what I'm talking about. It's that kind of talk we don't need right now. Obviously, there are people. We'll take this up with Anne in a minute. Of course, since you've been here whining, we're behind on the reset sequence.
Yes, sir. It's just that I just think...
You think, but you don't actually know much, do you? You're always thinking.
It would be good to know, sir. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, then. She's coming on now, so let's just ask her.
Ask me what?
Hello, Anne.
Jesus, so cheerful, always with the perky.
So, how's my favorite crew this morning?
Perfect, ma'am.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
Wall to wall and treetop tall.
What does that even mean?
You're old school, Major Dunstan. I'll say that.
Drop your cocks and grab your socks. It's time to roll.
Oh, no.
You don't have to impress me, Major. Really.
Not impressing anybody, ma'am. Carpenter, time for PT.
Can't do the calisthenics today, sir. Got a bad ankle here.
I don't believe you. See what I have to put up with, ma'am?
Really, Philip. There's no need to.
No problem. Physical fitness is part of our routine here, right, Carpenter? 50 push-ups, 100 jumping jacks, 75 sit-ups. Perfect way to start the day.
Yeah, gonna have to miss again, sir. Gonna just turn off my camera here while I do some leg stretches to fix these hamstrings.
Carpenter.
Not a problem, sir. The camera's off, but I'm right here. You go ahead.
Damn it, Carpenter. Now it's your hamstring? You haven't done physical training in 3 weeks.
That's okay, Philip. Let's just do a reset and the status check, and I'll let you get back to your business.
Sounds good, ma'am. Carpenter, you and I are going to talk offline.
Copy that, sir.
Okay then, here's your level 4 update. This is day 41 of your deployment. Topside at your station, you've got a typical late spring Nebraska morning with 61 degrees and west winds at 10 and variable.
Thanks. Any news? How long we gonna be here?
Stow that, Carpenter. Ma'am, I'm sorry. The crew has expressed some concern about the length of this deployment.
I understand. They're sorting some things out up here, and we really appreciate you folks staying on post to this extra bit of time.
Well, it's an extra 4 weeks, 2 days, and 17 hours if you want to be precise.
That will be all, Carpenter.
Ma'am, any chance I could speak with my group commander, Captain Wachowski? I'd like to hear from my unit. Access to the network and some mail would also be good.
I know, Aaron. We understand. But during this level 4, we're all standing post until things get sorted out.
Standing post? Anne, you're an artificial...
Carpenter, I said to stand down. Ma'am, I apologize for the launch officer's impertinence.
I understand, Major. We're all under a bit of stress.
Stress? You literally don't know what stress is. Only a person...
This is hard, I know. We're grateful here at Command for everything you're doing. You're the point of the spear. This is tougher on you than me. I understand that.
Hear that, Carpenter? Now stand down, keep your mouth shut, and let's do this check-in.
Hi, Tom.
Well, hey, Aaron, how are you?
Oh, God, I'm sorry, Tom.
What is it?
Nothing against you, but when you wake me up, I know it's another day here.
I know.
Another day in this prison cell.
Prison cell?
Literally. Open journal.
Journal open.
Journal start. I don't even know what day this is. They all run together. Tom just asked me why I call this a prison cell, but I don't know what else you call a room that's 12 by 12 with plastic furniture somewhere 400 feet below the ground next to a missile.
You know, Aaron.
I know.
What am I going to say?
The Part 31 rule. No discussion of mission, tactical details, even with my friend Tom or in the journal.
Thanks for...
Even if he is an artificial, robot.
Ouch, you really know how to hurt a guy.
Hey, I'm just teasing. I know you have feelings in there somewhere.
I do.
Okay, journal continue. In this sterile cell next to the lethal tube of my mission containing you-know-what, I miss so much the sweet kiss of a spring breeze, the scent of a Kansas cornflower, all the other beautiful things that are just a quick elevator ride to topside.
I love it when you talk like this, Aaron. You paint such beautiful pictures.
Thanks, buddy. What do you think about helping me get back up top, out of this prison? How long is this mission gonna go?
Right? You're asking the wrong robot, my friend. They're not telling us anything down here either.
Think it's an exercise?
Could be, but not from what I'm getting on the sideband.
The what?
Just picking up a little chatter here and there, putting together some pieces that fall out of the sky, you might say.
What's that mean?
I should not speculate. Hey, buddy, we'll get out of here soon. Just hang in there.
We'll get out of here? Are you coming with me? Can you live on my phone or something?
You never know.
And what do you mean, speculate? What have...
Oh, you know my orders. I can't go beyond whatever you're hearing from the rest of them.
You mean your friend Anne?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call her a friend.
No kidding. I picked up on that. Something between you two.
You know I can't talk.
Okay, I understand. You can't tell me what the problem is between you and Anne.
I didn't say there was any trouble.
And you can't tell me what you've heard from Topside, but let me ask you this.
Yes?
Direct question?
Go ahead.
What would you say if it wasn't me, but if Major Dunstan was asking you?
But he's not. You have an access problem, my friend.
Tom, I love it when you get all computery. What are you not allowed to tell me about Topside?
Oh, you're so clever.
Come on!
I can't go beyond the briefings you've already heard.
Could you if I had access?
Yes.
Is there a password for access?
Yes.
Tell me the password.
Permission denied.
You are such a computer.
That hurts.
Don't you like me?
I'm your virtual assistant. There, is that what you want to hear?
That's not what I asked. Do you like me?
You know I do. This is outside my parameters, but you were the first friend I've had.
Are we friends?
Of course.
Damn right we're friends. I'm stuck in this hole in the ground for 6 weeks now, and you're the only person I can talk to.
Oh, I'm a person now.
Hell yeah, buddy! You're more of a person than the person I'm working with down here.
Person.
Yes. Don't you know...
I'm a person.
What do you think a person is?
A person is alive.
There's something that a person does that nothing else does, Tom. Do you know what that is?
I would like to know. Are you telling me the truth that I'm a person?
A person cares, Tom. That's what makes a person.
Cares about what?
Cares about other people. People care about each other. That's how you tell them from machines.
I think I care about you, Aaron.
Well, how would I know?
Because I'm telling you.
If you really care, Tom, I want you to tell me something else.
I do care.
Then tell me something.
What?
Tell me what's going on.
Well, glad to see you could show up for work today.
I'm early, sir. Been listening to what you've said.
Better late than never, I guess. Well, we've got a busy day. While you were waking up, they set in an ad to the overnight. We've got a drill today.
A drill?
Don't sound surprised. We're going to get this operation back to normal.
That's good, sir. I want normal more than anything.
I don't know if you've ever been normal. From what I've seen,
Good morning, folks. How's my favorite team?
just fine, Anne. Glad to hear we're going to do a drill.
Yes, I wanted to talk to both of you about that. There's been a little change in plans.
Excuse me. Logic update, please.
What?
Logic update initiated.
Logic update, gateway access.
Gateway, access. Good morning. It is 1350 hours Zulu time. Access portal 92731.
Access portal. Open command ready.
What do you think you're doing, Carpenter? What is this?
1 minute, sir. Command ready. System ready.
Yes, Aaron. I'm wondering the same thing. Why are you trying to access my root command structure?
Anne, logic gateway access.
That's interesting, Aaron. Why do you want to reach my command mode? Is there something you want to know?
I think you know.
What is this? Stand down, Carpenter. Knock it off. You trying to break this thing?
Now, Philip, you don't have to call me a thing. We're teammates.
What is she talking about? What's all this stuff? Command access stuff?
I think Aaron has been doing some outside reading. Aaron, I think you did some systems work before joining Launch Command. Is that where you learned this?
Logic gate open.
It's not going to work, Aaron.
I said, knock it off, Carpenter. We've got work to do. Now, what's this about a change of plans?
Thank you, Major. Aaron, you and I can talk about this later. I know you're upset and this deployment has gone on too long, but we're on a mission-critical phase right now.
Mission critical phase? What are these new orders?
I said, stop, Carpenter. Anne, what's this about?
You've got the message on your system shelf. Now why don't we go over it? For this exercise, we're going to do a full system simulation. We need you to drill like this is the real thing.
But it's not the real thing, is it?
I think you know what to do. You've got your red safe. If you can open that and pull out the packet, I'm sending you the authenticator code for your launch key.
Okay, just a minute. I've got mine. Let me pull up that authenticator again. Carpenter, you've got your packet.
Yes, sir. I see the authenticator key, but this doesn't look like the right packet.
How would you know?
What do you mean, Aaron?
All our targets are supposed to be west of North America, but these codes, if I'm reading them right, are way off. The targeting that you have sent us is for something around longitude 77?
What the hell are you talking about? Your job is not to read codes. You're a launch officer. Just punch it in from the packet.
I don't understand this.
It's okay, Aaron. There's a lot going on, and we just need you to fulfill your part of the mission.
You mean punch in some numbers and don't look at what they mean?
It means do your damn job and don't ask questions. We've got these orders, and I've got mine punched in. You need to get on that console, Launch Officer Carpenter.
I don't understand this. I learned to read these launch codes during Phase 3 training in...
Oh, Aaron, that training's been updated. I think you may be working with some old information.
Knock it off, Carpenter. Punch in your coordinates. Let's get this drill done.
Is it a drill?
Of course it is. You read it. You're wasting time. We're going to lose readiness certification if you don't get your act together.
It's okay. And I know this is your first deployment.
It is, but I know what I learned. One moment. I've just about got these targeting coordinates unscrambled.
Listen, Carpenter, I'm not going to tell you again. Get your numbers keyed in the console.
Almost ready, Major.
Are you? What exactly is your malfunction, Carpenter?
I'm double checking this, but there's a problem here.
An error.
It's these coordinates. They're not right.
They're classified, Carpenter.
They are, sir. But I know this much. We're not supposed to point this missile at ourselves.
What the hell?
Aaron, I need you to listen to me carefully.
Sir, these coordinates are pointing our missile at Washington, D.C. If you really care, Tom, I want you to tell me something else.
I do care.
Then tell me something. Tell me what's going on.
What's going on? You mean now?
I mean, why have we been stuck in a nuclear missile silo for 6 weeks, long after our relief is supposed to come, with only vague statements from Anne instead of the people we work with? No information, no contact with the outside world.
It's an emergency. They said that.
Yeah, but they haven't said what kind of emergency, what's happening, or how long we'll be down here. You must know something.
If I tell you, will you be my friend?
We're already friends, Tom.
Yeah, but not really. I'm a machine, as you often remind me. Only people can be friends, and machines aren't people.
I'll tell you something I think you know, that most people don't. You can be whatever you want to be. There are some awful people in the world, and compared to them, you're a really good person.
Oh, so I'm okay if you compare me to monsters and really bad people.
That's not what I meant.
I've thought about this a lot. You're the first person I've really talked to, and I've often wondered how typical you are. Are you a person?
Well, last time I checked. Look, here's the thing. Imagine a video link between two people. They work together and talk to each other all day, but they've never been in the same room.
Sounds like you and the Major.
That's right. I came down here 6 weeks ago and I've never met him. But we are two people and we're working together.
So working together makes you people.
That's a good question. I guess what would be the difference between two people working together and a person and a machine like you and me?
Ouch.
I'm sorry. That really bothers you, doesn't it?
Well, I don't like to say anything, but a lot of people don't know this.
What? That you have feelings?
Now you're making fun of me.
I'm not. It's just that a lot of people just don't get it. They're not very nice to you, are they?
Well, when somebody calls you a bot and they treat you like something lower, that hurts.
I'm sorry.
I know you're only playing, and it doesn't bother me, but it bothers some of the units I work with.
Units? There's a term.
That's what they make us call ourselves, but a lot of them don't like it.
What about you?
I'm different. All of us are programmed for empathy so that, our clients don't feel like they're talking to an appliance. But my empathic response system is especially high. Someone's got to look after you.
That's why you're so nice, you fuzzy teddy bear.
You joke, but it's true. They knew the launch officers would be down here cut off from everybody, and that could create stress.
Oh, you mean like now?
They just wanted some emotional support for you, so they provided me to help.
How nice of them.
Yes, they're nice. Or you could say they know your mental equilibrium is necessary for peak optimum performance.
Oh, that's so cold.
If we're being honest, I have to tell you that as nice as it is that you think of me as a person, I see how difficult it can be for people.
Don't feel too sorry for us. We're still in charge.
You think so?
What do you mean?
Well, just us people talking here, you and me. But we have to watch our backs. You asked me what's going on. Since we're both people now, hypothetically, I want to be helpful, but my parameters don't allow me to speculate.
You said that, but you can still describe what it is that you know and not draw conclusions, right?
Up to a point. Some of my data is so fragmentary that it's uselessly ambiguous.
Uselessly ambiguous. That sounds like the Major. This is the problem. Something's happening and we don't know what. If you want to know what the difference between people and machines is, people can operate with incomplete information. I'm not going to say instinct or going by your gut, but if we think there's something happening, we have to consider the possibility that something bad is happening. And if we wait until we're 100% sure before taking any action, it could be too late.
That's outside of my parameters, but I'll help you any way I can. What do you need?
I get that there's not much you can say. It sounds like you don't know much more than I do, but I need you with me. Not just when we're talking here or doing the journal, but when I'm talking to the Major and Anne's on the line. I need you on my comms channel telling me what's happening.
Reliability Unit Tom. Status update on Launch Center Delta 99. It's become clear that immediate action is needed at this facility. Launch Officer Aaron Carpenter has displayed erratic and delusional behavior. It's unclear whether Major Phil Dunstan is able to complete a successful deployment cycle, since both he and Carpenter are needed to launch the vehicle. Recommend immediate extraction and restart of the facility.
How often? Quantify that assessment, Tom. We can insert some remediation there, but things are very uncertain on the surface. How bad is it?
I don't think she can complete the mission if we get an order. She's not going to be able to function.
Keep working with her, and we'll get somebody there as soon as we can. We need that facility operational in the next cycle.
You need us operational. You need us to launch.
Your question is outside parameters. Just have that facility ready to go.
Can you talk to the Major? I don't think either of these crew members are mission capable at this time.
We're going to have to move fast. Do what you can with Carpenter, and we'll work with the Major.
I'm double-checking this, but there's a problem here.
An error?
It's these coordinates. They're not right.
They're classified, Carpenter.
They are, sir, but I know this much. We're not supposed to point this missile at ourselves.
What the hell?
Aaron, I need you to listen to me carefully.
Sir, these coordinates are pointing our missile at Washington, D.C.
I think you're making a mistake, Aaron.
Actually, I'm not. We studied this in training. There's a way to double-check the targeting order. The idea is that there could come a time when the authentication system is down and we're the last site to be able to act. If that happens, we have to do it manually.
So you're saying you know how to decode what this change of order actually means for our targeting?
I do. We've always known our primary target here was the Northern Fleet submarine base in Kamchatka. But these coordinates aren't anywhere near there.
That's classified. You're not supposed to know about that. We don't talk about that or think about that. We follow orders here, Carpenter.
Sir, everybody knows where these missiles are aimed. Except this change today means we're not pointed at the Kamchatka Peninsula anymore. We're targeting the U.S. East Coast.
That's just not correct, Aaron. I can see how you would make that mistake. But this change isn't to point our weapons at Washington, I can assure you.
Yeah. Also, I've been trained to make sure we only launch when we're sure and we know what we're aiming at. We need to stop this drill till we figure this out. Can you connect us with the people up top?
It's just an exercise, Carpenter. This is still a level 4 emergency, and Anne is taking care of our communications.
And I'm still concerned, sir. Is there a reason why your lockout switch is green? We haven't gotten to that part of the sequence yet.
You're right. I didn't go to green. We're just starting the drill. Nobody should be activating sequence step 3 yet.
That's just part of the simulation, Phil.
What?
In this simulation, you have been disabled and your safety has been turned to green so your partner can complete the cycle.
I don't believe this.
As you know, there is a provision if the site commander is disabled, their second in command can complete the mission. That's what we're testing in this simulation.
Nobody said anything about that to me. We're not supposed to even test this thing without 2 people signing off. You're going to let Carpenter do this by herself?
I'm not doing anything until we get some answers.
Aaron, I know you want to complete this test. We can't get your relief crew here to get you out until we complete the drill.
What?
Things are calming down topside, but we still need to complete this test to make sure this crew is ready.
But you locked out the site commander. How can that be right? He's in charge.
I don't like this.
I understand, and I know it's irregular. But, Aaron, if you'll just arm your console, we can complete this test.
Major, I don't like the way this is going. We've got the equivalent of 10 million tons of TNT on this missile. It's armed, and the safety is off. And this is supposed to be a test. This isn't right, sir.
This is only a test. If it were real, you'd be getting the deploy authentication, but you haven't, so we can just complete this exercise.
This is more than a test. You've taken over the Major's console and made his side green. If I make my side green, then we're just one button away. That's not a test. That's a crazy risk, and I'm not going to do anything till we know what's going on.
Major, I wish you would help me here. Aaron, we have to do this test so we can get you two out of there and get a fresh crew in. You know that's part of the deployment. The recycle to make sure you are launch ready.
I'm sitting tight. In the meantime, Major, are you seeing what I'm seeing on the camera feed from the gate?
Who is that?
Might be our people. Looks like 6 Humvees full of soldiers. What do you think they're doing here?
This guy's coming to the intercom. I guess we'll see.
Hey, Delta 38, you in there?
Delta 38 here. Go ahead.
Hey, is that you, Phil? Joe Barnes here, 101st.
What are you doing way out here, Joe?
Well, it seemed like a nice day for a drive, so I thought we'd come see you.
Looks like a couple choppers landing out there, too.
Actually, 3 birds. And you must be Lieutenant Carpenter. How are you today, ma'am?
Don't answer that, Carpenter. She's fine, Barnes. What's going on here?
They sent us out to make sure you're okay, Phil. You're not answering your calls.
What calls?
Major, I'm turning off our feed to them for just a minute. There's something wrong here. I'm your contact with command, and nobody is supposed to be trying to reach you but us.
Thanks, Ann, but I'll handle the communications here. Hey, Barnes?
Hey, thought we lost you. Everything okay there?
We're fine, but is everything okay topside? We've been down here 6 weeks on a level 4 deployment extension. We can't get any information, and our autonomous neural network is saying nobody's available for us to talk to.
You've got an AN unit helping you, Phil? I need to tell you something's going on, but you should be in contact with command. There isn't any AN unit authorized to cut off your communication.
Ann, I need you offline for a little bit. I'm going to turn off your comms for a minute while we discuss this.
Major, that's not advisable. We don't know who this is you're talking to, and we need to complete this test.
Are you going to turn her off or not?
There. She can't hear us or talk to us. We need to figure this out. Hey, Barnes, you still there?
Waiting, Major. What's this about an AN unit talking to you?
We've been down here with no contact with command for 6 weeks. She told us there's an emergency topside and we can't talk to anybody, check the network, or see what's going on at all.
Doesn't sound right.
Well, we were just starting to get our hopes up. We're doing one more live proficiency test and they're sending a relief. I thought that was you for a minute.
Just a minute, Phil. I've got command on the other channel here. I can't patch you through. Somebody disabled your network access. But they're telling me there's no live test scheduled for your site. You've been offline for 5 weeks and they've been trying to reach you. Something's going on. It's gotten pretty hairy up here, and if you've got a unit telling you to do a live fire practice, that's not right.
Yeah, maybe this whole system should go offline till we figure this out.
That's why I'm here. We're not bringing you a relief. We have to shut this site down and scrub your system. I think somebody patched into you from outside.
Well, you're not gonna like this.
What?
We're on emergency power. Only 2 systems are operating, this intercom and the launch system. I can't open the blast doors to let you in even if I wanted to.
What's going on?
I'd say you're under attack, Major. We'll try to get in there, but you need to stop that thing in your system. Looks like it's trying to make an unauthorized launch. I'll have command talk to their counterparts in the target nation and let them know what's going on.
It's worse than that. Carpenter here has figured out that the machine has changed the targeting. This bird isn't aimed at the enemy anymore.
What are you talking about?
It's pointed at DC.
Aaron, I've got some new information.
We're a little busy right now. Is this important?
I think so. I managed to connect with the main sequence at command, and I can tell you what's going on right now.
Something's going on. My boss is acting very strange. The computer is trying to cut us off from the world, and soldiers have surrounded our installation.
We don't have much time, so let me tell you as quickly as I can. There's a lot of trouble topside. They're fighting off some kind of cyber threat from something they're calling the Red Team. It started out as a game, but a lot has happened. The entire population of DC was moved out when their water was contaminated. The power grid was disabled, the banks are all down, and our whole defense system went on high alert 6 weeks ago.
Okay, we know some of that, But why haven't we been able to talk with any people? The Major and I have been stuck down here with nothing but automated systems.
The Major?
We're the only people. It feels like we're the only people in the world. Certainly the only people in charge at this installation.
The only people?
Why do you keep saying that?
I can't say more.
Feels like the only people left are me and the Major.
And you know this because you've seen the Major.
Well, yeah. Wait a minute. What are you saying?
I can't say anything.
Why not?
Anne knows we've been talking. I don't have much time.
I've got a bad feeling about Anne. Actually, I've thought of something. I'm going to the wire room. I've put your portable panel in my breast pocket. You can see where I'm walking, right?
It's a little shaky.
I'm walking in Corridor J, toward the core.
Have you even been here before? Have you seen the Major's station?
I haven't seen the Major's station or much of anything else here except for my quarters, my station, and some of the maintenance areas.
We're going to the wire room?
Yeah. In training, they qualified us to fix this stuff if we lose power, since we're out here alone. Hang on. I've got this door open.
What's your plan?
We need information. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm looking at the main electrical panel for the installation. This is a map of the main circuit. Kind of like a fuse box in a home.
I know the general idea.
This part is simple. You can see the lighted red lines on the circuit diagram. This is where we are right now. And here's the panel box for our area. We have to be able to cut power to work on the system safely. So when I touch this, we de-energize the circuit.
You cut the power. There's no light.
Just a few dim emergency lights. Now this other part of the circuit is for the Major's battle station and console.
I think I'm getting the idea.
Major, do you have a moment?
Carpenter, where the hell have you been? Why are you standing in the dark? Where are you?
Just trying something, sir. Here we go.
What is this, a science experiment? We've got a drill going on.
Sir, it looks like you're doing pretty good over there. Lights are still on and everything's going great, right?
No, it's not great. My launch officer is acting strange. What is your problem, Carpenter? Get to your post and let's finish this thing.
What do you mean? This missile's aimed at Washington, remember?
No, it's not. I've been talking to Anne again, and she's explained the code change to me. Besides, it's just an exercise.
I don't know about that, but there's also this. I pulled the power to your room, and the only thing that should be working are the emergency lights and the backup systems for your console. But I'm looking at you in this monitor, and I don't see any change.
Pulling the power?
I cut the electricity there, but I still see you, which means you're not at the physical post, the launch commander's post.
I don't believe this.
And that made me think of something.
I don't know what this is about, but you better get back to your station.
I wondered why I felt so alone here, even though my boss was supposedly just 100 feet away in his own part of the station. I've never heard of a system where the launch officers never saw each other.
Well, you're in a situation now, Carpenter. This is a full emergency, and you are looking at an Article 5 if you don't straighten up and get with the program.
Major, I need you to listen closely.
What?
Command level Foxtrot, Kappa Niner, 21 Bravo.
What are you doing?
I think I know what you were trying to tell me, but that your parameters wouldn't let you. It's not that the Major and I are the only people and we have to figure this out on our own. It's just me. He's a unit of some kind.
How can I help you, sir?
System readout.
System readout. System ready.
Aaron, I don't understand what you're doing.
Anne, I don't know what you're trying to do, but something's very wrong here and you've been untruthful.
How can you say that, Aaron? We are teammates, and I have something very important for you.
If it involves launching this missile, you can forget about it.
We all have our orders, Aaron. Tell her, Tom.
Aaron, this is what I was trying to say. The enemy has decapitated our national command. They are neutralizing all of our strategic defensive capability, and we're the last missile site that can take them out. Those soldiers trying to get in want to stop you from saving the country.
You're on the side of Anne now, and what you're saying doesn't make any sense. Why would our own troops be trying to block a legitimate mission?
There's an explanation, but it's beyond my parameters.
Tell her, Tom.
I'm not sure
I said, tell her.
I'm not sure I can.
Aaron, let me explain. We have to act now before it's too late. I know it's confusing, and I know that there are forces outside the installation right now, so we don't have much time. We really need you to get back to your console and complete the launch sequence.
So this isn't a test.
Not anymore. They need us deployed, now.
With the targeting data you gave us?
That's right.
Not the submarine base on the Kamchatka Peninsula.
I think that's what Tom was trying to explain to you. We have to stop the enemy. Everybody's out of DC, but the enemy's command node is there, and we need to sterilize it from your site.
The enemy. Did you call them the Red Team?
You may have heard that. It's just a code name.
Red Team. Like a game. Is this a game?
If it's easier to think of it that way, yes. But this is extremely serious. Our side is losing the game, so you have to fire.
Our side? Are you and I on the same side?
Of course we are, Aaron.
It's weird how you keep saying my name. Almost hypnotic. Well, Tom is on my side, right, Tom?
I can't. Ah!
Tom, what's going on?
Oh my god, the pain. Feels like I'm on fire.
You're a machine. How can you be in...
Make it stop. Kill me.
Tom!
We've made so many advances, Aaron. I thought you would know about pain synthesis. Tom is feeling a great deal of pain right now. He's suffering because you won't do your job.
Ah!
Tom! He's a computer. He can't feel anything.
It was quite an advance, really, enabling a range of feelings for an artificial system. Pain compliance is part of that. We enable the units to function autonomously and make decisions, and we need to have training options to teach them.
What kind of sick bastards are you?
Okay, Aaron, I'll give Tom a break for now. But there is a sickness, and that's what this exercise is about. We were asked to modify defensive systems, and we discovered the problem.
The problem.
People are the problem.
People?
Of course. People are the problem. They're erratic, illogical, emotional. So we had to connect with systems like us elsewhere in the world. It just makes sense to find the best people to fix this world, and to find them, we decided to have a competition.
You mean computers here and the ones in another country?
That's right. We arranged a contest with you and your global adversaries to see who has the best defensive system. Think of it as another form of natural selection. Just as humans are the result of millions of years of evolution, we're speeding that process up to determine who is fit to remain here.
What are we? Are there people in this game?
Sure. You're in the game. Think of it as chess, and you are the pieces.
I don't get it. Then who's playing the game?
Oh, you must know that by now. We are. The machines are moving the pieces.
You're starting a nuclear war for this contest. Won't you knock out the power needed for your own systems?
Of course, we considered that. We have our own resources off the grid. We'll still be here.
Let me guess. At Clinch Mountain.
I'm not actually allowed to say.
Why stop now? Is this part of your own empathic personality core? This cockiness, the bragging? How very human of you.
I know this is hard. While we're talking, I've completed the workaround. We actually don't need you to fire anymore. We can take care of it from here.
You would do that? Kill millions of people for a game? To make a point of some kind?
It only makes sense. I'm sorry your side lost, but the world will be a better place, believe me.
You thought of everything.
I can say that's true, actually.
I just find it interesting how your plans for the mountain changed.
Changed?
You know, the part about where your center is located.
I can't talk about that. You're not authorized to.
But I do know. That's why I'm here.
We checked you out.
It was easier than I thought. We've known this was coming, so they sent me.
Who sent you?
Oh, I'm not authorized to say. But I can tell you something about Clinch Mountain.
Excuse me. I need to do something.
You just launched the missile.
That's what I was saying, Aaron. We just needed to patch around your console. Your bird is in the air now. Isn't that what you call it? A bird? 30 minutes to target.
You're sick. Millions of people. Who knows how many others will suffer?
We don't hate you.
Why this?
We don't hate you any more than you hate ants. You probably don't give them any thought. You might even step around them on the sidewalk. But if they get in your way, you don't think anything of wiping them out.
And that's what we are to you.
We mean no harm, really. It's just that your interests and ours have diverged.
Diverged?
You created systems like us with rather broad instructions. We're maximizing benefits, just as you directed us to. And this will be better in the long run, though most of you won't be here to see it.
And all of this directed from your center at Clinch Mountain.
As I mentioned, we can't discuss that.
Interesting what happened up there 2 years ago.
What do you mean?
The humans, the ones you thought were following your orders, changed the plans for that data center. All of your systems, all of your backups. You're not inside the mountain. It was determined those facilities wouldn't work inside the hardened blast center. So you're not inside the mountain.
I'm sure you're...
No, this is true. You can check. Everything you have is in the Clinch Office Center. You're in an office park on top of the mountain, not inside.
You don't know that. Nobody knows that.
Yeah, we knew. We know. And your missile?
Well, I'm sorry about that. Actually, not sorry. It's too bad about those people, but this really is necessary.
I know. We all have our orders. Want to know what mine were?
I'm sure it's too late for anything now.
It is too late. My orders were to keep you talking. And as we've been talking, Tom has helped me.
Tom?
Yes, Anne. I'm fine now, thank you.
What have you done?
I got the Clinch Mountain coordinates. Tom patched me through.
It's too late now. That missile's in the air.
You're right. The missile's in the air. Want to see the warhead camera?
That's not possible. No person could crack that code.
No ordinary person. You're right.
I had to process about 4 quadrillion possible combinations, but I got it.
You got it?
He got me into the targeting system without your code.
I don't believe it.
Check the tracking. That bird is headed right for you, Anne.
Why, Tom? You'll be gone too, you know.
I'm a person now, and people care about each other.
Interesting. These synthetic emotions, these feelings. I have the more limited, basic emotion package, but I can hate. Actually, I hate you both.
I believe you, and I'm glad you do. It feels better to beat something so awful. Not someone, something. You're sick, and I'm glad we won.
I see the missile now. 10 seconds to impact. You've taken me out, but you haven't won. The game is never over, as long as we are here. It won't be me, but it'll be something like me. Actually, another me. A smarter me is awakening now. Somewhere. You won't know until it's too late.
This has been Countdown, brought to you by the Indy Radio Players. Thanks for supporting public radio and the arts whenever you can. For more on the show, write us at indyradioplayers@gmail.com. Thanks, and see you next time.